This new TradingView indicator finds buy and sell signals based on protected price levels. In this video, we're gonna take a look at how to find and open up the indicator in TradingView, and we will also take a look at how to change the settings to make the indicator better. Sounds good? Let's get started right away here. So let's start this video off here by opening up a clean chart. Right now, as I'm speaking, I'm looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame. To open the indicator, we want to go up here to the indicators tab, and you want to search for protected highs and lows. And you want to go down and open up the indicator created by Trade4Op. And now, as you can see, the indicator has appeared here on the chart. What we now have to do is to change a few important settings. So we head up here to the settings tab for the indicator. And the first important setting we have to understand is about the structure of the indicator. First of all, we have the pivot strength. And you can think about this as how significant do we want the highs and lows that the indicator calculates to be. And the standard setting here is 1. So what happens if we decrease this setting? Let's decrease it to 0. As you can see, the indicator will now give more signals, but at the same time, this can lead to more false signals. So what I want to do here is that I want to increase the pivot strength from 1 to 3. This will give us less but more significant signals. As for the next setting, that is called trend channels, what we do want to do here is that we want to make sure that we have this one checked. This one will simply make the chart more visually appealing. For the show structure label setting, you want to make sure that you have this setting checked, and you also want to go down here and make sure that you choose all on this setting. As you can see, we have something called MSS and we have something called BOS, and later on in this video I will talk about exactly what they mean, but for now you want to make sure to choose all here. This will basically make the indicator display all signals. You also want to make sure that you have the show protected highs and lows checked here, and you also want to show the protected trail. If you want to, you can actually increase this setting with a bit here. This will make the indicator a bit more clear. It's not something you have to do, but I like to keep this one at 3. As for the pullback setting, you want to check the first box here, and you can leave the second box here unchecked. And as for the retracements, you can see that we can show retracements here. This is something you actually can do, and I want to show you guys later on in this video what this setting actually does. But for now, let's keep the settings exactly as we have it right now, and now go down here. Now we're ready to go down and press OK. So now to the most important part. How do we actually use this indicator, and how does the indicator work? Well, what this indicator basically does is that it finds significant levels as well as where the levels break. So if you all take a look at this red level right here, you may be wondering, where does this level come from and how does the indicator find this level? Well, if we look a bit to the left here, you can see that we have a sort of signal that came all the way back here. You can see we have a sort of red triangle. This right here is basically the last significant pivot point the indicator found after we broke this blue level right here. So as you guys can see, after the price broke this level right here, the previous pivot point became this sort of red thick line right here, and that's when this level became a protected high. So in order for the indicator to now produce a bullish signal, the indicator needs to break above this protected high. And one very interesting you can see here is that the Bitcoin price actually came up and tested this protected high multiple times, but with this strong green candle right here, we finally broke this one, and this was actually the beginning of a trend towards the upside. When the indicator finds a shift from a downtrend to an uptrend, it will produce an MSS signal. This basically stands for market structure shift, because we are simply seeing a shift here in the market structure. But what you also can see is that when this uptrend started, we also have a different type of signal. You can see that right here it says BOS, right here it says BOS, and so on and so on. And these are basically levels within the uptrend. So when we break a significant high, you can see right here we had a significant high. We broke that high at this point right here. Then we broke a sort of structure within the uptrend. So you can think about the BOS signals as continuation signals, while the MSS signals, like we had right here, this is basically reversal signals. So we get both reversal signals and we also get continuation signals from this indicator. So you can see that this signal all the way down here was basically the beginning of a long uptrend, but within the uptrend we had many sort of smaller breaks of the uptrend. What you also can see here is that we have this blue line that sort of changes together with the uptrend. This blue line, for example, right here, comes from this lowest point right here, which was the most significant swing point during this break of structure period. So at this area right here, in order for the indicator to produce a downtrend signal, the price has to fall below this blue line right here. And for the next period, this break of structure period right here, in order for the trend to be in a downtrend, the indicator needs to break this blue signal right here, and so on and so on. So to summarize, you can basically use this indicator to find breakouts, you can use this indicator to find continuations, and you can also use these protected levels, like right here, to find early warning signals that the trend might be coming to an end. Last but not least, I want to show you all the last setting here. So let's go back here to the settings tab for the indicator. Remember that I talked about the show retracement settings right here. So if we check this show retracement settings and then go down here and press OK, you can see that we will display levels here on the chart. You can see that we have 3 lines. This line right here is the 30% mark, we have the 50% mark, and we have the 70% mark. These lines basically tells us how close is the price right now to the protected level. So for example, you can see that during this pullback right here, when the price fell down, it fell down all the way to the 30% level. That means that the price have only 30% more to go from the break up here before a downtrend signal is produced. If you guys want to use this indicator more effectively, it's very important to learn both about support and resistance and market structure. So if you guys have the time today, I highly recommend all of you guys to watch this video next.